Thank you for joining Nightmare Orchard. Today we have a story about the Chernobyl disaster and some of the effects it's had. The forest that wouldn't die. They say the red forest still whispers at night. Not the wind, something else. Something older than the disaster, awakened by it. When the reactor at Chernobyl exploded in 1986, the blast wave flattened the pine forest and turned the needles a rust red. The trees died standing, like soldiers frozen mid-salute. But death didn't stay put. It seeped into the soil, into the roots, into the bones of every creature that dared to remain. Most people fled. The animals didn't. The return. 30 years later, wildlife biologist Lena Markov stepped over the sagging fence of the exclusion zone. Her Geiger counter clicked steadily, but not enough to stop her. Wolves, boar, elk, Chernobyl had become a strange sanctuary for them. No humans, no hunters, no roads. Just silence and mutation. She came to study how life adapts to catastrophe. But the forest had adapted in ways no one expected. 2. The tracks. On her second night, Lena found tracks in the ash-soft soil, wolf prints, but wrong. Too large. Too deep. As if the creature carried more weight than a wolf should. She followed them until they simply stopped. No turn. No retreat. Just vanished. The forest around her felt unnaturally still. Even the insects had gone quiet. Her radio crackled with static, then a voice, her own voice, echoed back at her, distorted and delayed. She didn't bring a recorder. 3. The wolves. The next morning, she spotted a wolf pack watching her from the tree line. Their fur was patchy, mottled with pale streaks. Their eyes glowed a faint, unnatural amber even in daylight. One stepped forward. Its jaw was slightly elongated, teeth too numerous, like a second row had begun to grow behind the first. Radiation could do strange things, but this felt intentional, as if the forest itself had reshaped them. The wolf didn't growl. It studied her. Then it turned and walked deeper into the red forest, pausing only once to see if she followed. She did. 4. The heart of the zone. The wolves led her to a clearing where the trees twisted together like ribs around a wound in the earth. In the center lay a pool of water so still it reflected the sky perfectly, though no wind disturbed it. The wolves circled the pool but would not cross its edge. Lena knelt beside it. The water was warm. Beneath the surface, something pulsed. Slow, rhythmic, like a heartbeat. Her Geiger counter screamed. The wolves backed away. The pool began to glow. The awakening. Lena stumbled back as shapes rose from the water, antlers, wings, limbs that didn't belong together. A stag stepped out first, its antlers branching like lightning scars, its hide shimmering with bioluminescent veins. Behind it came a boar with translucent skin, organs faintly visible beneath. Birds with too many eyes perched on the twisted branches above. They weren't suffering. They were thriving. The zone hadn't just changed them, it had claimed them. A new ecosystem, born from catastrophe. A new apex. The stag lowered its head toward Lena, not in threat, but in recognition. As if she were the first human it had seen in decades, and the last it would allow to leave. The forest whispered again. This time, she understood. We survived without you. 6. The last transmission. Weeks later, a search team found Lena's abandoned camp. Her notes described unprecedented wildlife adaptation, rapid evolution, and a central source of mutation. Her final entry read: The forest is alive in ways we never imagined. It doesn't want us back. They never found her body. But sometimes, at the edge of the red forest, rangers report seeing a figure watching from between the trees, tall, silent, eyes glowing faint amber. Not human. Not wolf. Something in between. Something the zone made. Thank you for listening in from the Nightmare Orchard. If you enjoyed this story, hit the subscribe and like button for future stories and updates.